If manifesting a celebrity is something you're interested in, then you're going to want to watch this video. Hello, my fellow flawless, limitless, sexy, sassy, saucy HBICs. How are you on this lovely morning, afternoon, or evening? How are you all? If you are not someone that's new to my channel, you know that if you're seeing a video that appears like this, Kim's in a crunch time and has no choice but to do it this way on my laptop. So I'm excited for this video because for multiple reasons, honestly, but please be aware, because I'm recording here like this, no editing is going to happen. So you get to hear all the sexy cars and trucks going by my house, the dishwasher running, and maybe even some snores from poop. So you've all been warned. Or if I trip up over my own words, like sometimes I do, they're staying. They're staying. So if you would like to work with me in any way, shape, or form, all of that information is in the drop box below this video. Hit the more, the little dots, click more, okay? There won't be any screens going by today. That's what I would usually tell you. But yes, if you would like to work with me through regular coaching or emergency coaching or join one of my sexy channel memberships, that's all down below. I really encourage you to, above all, join one of those memberships because they are off the chain, off the damn chain. Let me just say, first of all, I encourage you to join the VIP Advanced Manifestors group. That is the group where we are deep diving all aspects, perspectives on manifestation, right? You know, we tend to really gravitate towards Neville Goddard, and we will study Neville Goddard, but we are going all over the place. So we get all kinds of viewpoints. So maybe there is a principle here and there from Neville Goddard that you don't buy into. That's fine. We're going to be reading the greats, all of the greats. So maybe something else will click for you and be acceptable. And I don't know. I just want to say that, you know, nothing's off limits. We're going to do lectures, blah, blah, blah. So the advanced manifestors, they have access to all of the 3 channel memberships, all of them you get free access to, including the free recordings of the previous sessions. You are the only group, the VIP Advanced Manifestors, you're the only group that has access to the recordings of the exclusive lives group. Not even the exclusive lives members get access to those recordings because I had to make something special about that VIP group, right? I'm making mention of that specifically because the exclusive lives group is another channel membership of mine where it is judge only, no circumstances. So in other words, we only talk success stories and tips and tricks, Some of us take it off the track sometimes, but we have to reel them back in. But no circumstances, only judges. And I cannot say enough of the success stories that are coming through that exclusive lives group. I am just, every week I'm amazed. And I already believe in manifestation. So I don't need convincing. I'm telling you, if you're someone that doubts or someone that struggles, you're going to want to join that group because you will be encouraged. Not encouraged, encouraged. I also have that hot seat group. See, I can't, I didn't get these out. The hot seat group is where we go live and you have the opportunity to get yourself into the hot seat and have like a 10 to 15 minute coaching call with me. And there are, you know, no limits to that group. So if you get triggered by other people's circumstances, you're not going to want to join that one. It does come with a trigger warning. However, if you really want to ask me something specific about whatever it is you're manifesting, you will enjoy that group. And if you do join the hot seat group, you do have the free access to the exclusive lives group as well. All right. I have TikTok, I have Instagram, I have Clapper. I have my other YouTube channel called Kimberly's Other Life, where I talk about literally all parts of my life aside from manifestation. Thank you to all of you who have joined me over there. I know you probably hear it on repeat, but I am so appreciative. You are helping me to grow that channel. And hey, it feels good to know that people want to hang out with me outside of manifestation. Makes me feel very nice and it's very much appreciated. If you're new here, how you doing? I'm Kimberly, and yeah, I am the sass queen. I am probably the sassiest because I like that word, the sassiest manifestation coach. I enjoy it. This is my real personality. This is who I have been all of my 50 years. Yeah, I turned 50 this year. Can you believe it? I know I don't act it. I know I don't. I probably act like a child. I don't care. I like it. Never growing up. Why do we have to? Who said? Who makes the rules? I make the rules for me and my reality. You make the rules for you and your reality, right? But yes, if you can handle this sass and you are obsessed with getting what you want, just like I am, and in quick timing, none of us want to manifest forever specific things, right? We want to just hurry up and get it. You like that too, and you want to learn about manifesting from my point of view, I would love for you to subscribe and come back and see me. Okay, today's video, celebrity SP manifestations. The funny order of events here, it's never lost on me how quickly things show up in my reality. And it's because I don't doubt manifestation. I'm aware of that. And I do have quite the belief in it, obviously. So yesterday on my, I did a live stream yesterday, right? I'm thinking, what's today? Today's Wednesday. Yeah, I did a live stream yesterday. And some comments came in after the fact. And this is not about anyone bringing hate to the commenter. This, right? We don't promote that crap on my channel. All right. There's a truck for you. Sorry. So that's not the goal. So I'm not going to say who said it. It doesn't matter. People are entitled to their opinions, but it's interesting to me that it is an opinion regarding manifesting a celebrity specific person. And the commenter said, I'm all for manifesting an SP, but let's not give people false hope. Who has actually manifested a celebrity to fall in love with them, or an SP who's moved on and gotten married? I think we can be delusional to a certain degree. I couldn't possibly disagree with you anymore. Just want to say that. You are entitled to your opinion, my friend. You are. Then, some other comments came in underneath that. What I like is they weren't hateful. That was very good. Good HBICs, good HBICs. No hate. And into the response to some of these, okay, the same commenter says, the version is sometimes just in our head, not in the 3D. Anything is possible, but let's be reasonable with our manifestations. Sure, I can pretend a celebrity is in love. I think you had a spelling and word error here, but celebrity is in love with me in my head, but is he really going to love me in real life? People are believing these coaches, then are disappointed when a person across the world doesn't come find them. And, this person was also responding to another commenter. No, I'm just realistic. But when you manifest something seemingly impossible, let me know. All right. Now, listen, my friend. Okay. Listen, I do like that you yourself kept things polite as you were sharing your opinion. And I have no issue with that. It's why your comment's not deleted. You were polite and you are entitled to your opinion. But it's my channel and I'm entitled to my opinion and I'm going to share it. And then I'm going to have some backing that up in a moment here. So I couldn't possibly disagree with you more. Okay. That's a very limited view of your reality. And I am sorry you have that limited view. I understand buying into the concept that we really are limitless beings. It can be daunting. And for what it's worth, when I first discovered manifestation, I didn't believe it either. And I thought it was cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs to think that my mind was, projecting out to my real. Okay. I thought it was crazy too. And that's okay. It's okay. I eventually really woke up and I am hoping that you do too, because I want you to see that it is possible to manifest anyone. I want that for you. I want it for everyone. But first, I must say, you must not have gone through all of my videos. And I know I got a lot. I think I'm well over 1,100 at this point. But I do have a success story video of one of our HBICs successfully manifesting their celebrity SP. Okay. And that's just the one I made the video on. We have other examples. I just haven't recorded them. So there are plenty of people who have successfully manifested a celebrity. Now, if you're someone out there and you're wanting to manifest a celebrity, absolutely it is possible. It's almost silly to me when people don't believe that you can do that. It's almost silly, because my thing is, then how do you even believe in manifestation? How are you even open to that when you are, by your own choice, closing the doors to yourself? You are arguing for your own limitations. That's a habit you want to quickly get yourself out of, okay? Anybody out there, if you're looking at manifestation, that it's a yes to some things, but a no to others, you don't believe that you are consciousness. You couldn't possibly. God is limitless. God is flawless. God has created each one of us to have this human experience. God is within me. God is within you. If you don't believe in God, insert the word you do. Universe is limitless. Universe is flawless. God doesn't make mistakes. And our point to being here is to wake up into the knowing of who we really are, so that we can happily manifest our dreams and desires. Now, I know that some desires seem definitely daunting or super far away. And I will happily tell you, when I was manifesting my lump sum of money, I struggled with that so badly, because I had never had that kind of money. I had never in my life had even a quarter of that kind of money. So it was very hard for me to believe. Okay. But for what it's worth, it did manifest. I did get that, just saying, but that's for another video. What most people do when it comes to celebrities is, unfortunately, we think of them as separate from us, let alone everybody else in our family, but definitely separate and way up on a really high pedestal, like they're untouchable because they're a celebrity. And that is just not true. They are basic bitch humans just like us. And by basic bitch, clearly I'm saying that with a little sass, because I don't think I'm basic. I ain't no basic bitch. You're not a basic bitch. But regular folk, just like us. Just that more people might follow them than follow us. That's the difference. Maybe their faces show up on TV or in the movies, or, in videos with their band, celebrities, musicians, actors, actresses, who cares, right? But they are not any different than manifesting your neighbor. You only think they are because you're giving them that title of celebrity. I think, at least in the year 2024, haven't you grasped that really anybody can be a celebrity these days? You don't have to have remarkable acting skills or remarkable musical skills to be a celebrity. Hello, have you never heard of reality TV? Have you never heard of that? Anybody can be a celebrity. You could call YouTubers celebrities if you want. Anybody could have that title. And again, it's 2024. We've got reality shows off the chain all over the place. We've got musicians who maybe 20 years ago wouldn't get the notice that they deserved. But now with the technology we experience, anybody can be famous. Anybody can be a famous musician or just, singer, because we have so many different platforms and no one can stop us. I'm saying us, I'm not a musician. No one can stop us from posting content with our pretty little faces in them and share the who we are. No one can get in the way of that. And I'm talking about logically, literally in the 3D, let alone once you've come into the knowing that you are pure, unadulterated consciousness. So, listen, I've seen the content out there of other manifestation coaches discussing manifestation from the aspect of you can manifest all of this, but not an SP, and certainly not a celebrity SP. And right in that moment, right there with that sentence, that person is limited. And no hate towards them either, but they're very limited because it just can't be this, but never that. It's all or nothing. It's all or nothing because of who we are. God doesn't have limits. God is limitless. And that is who we are in here, our true nature, our true self, unconditional love, God, universe, higher power, source energy, moonbeams, whatever you believe in. That's who we are too. We just get so heavily conditioned by our 3D world. And if it makes you feel better, in my advanced manifestors group, how I just shared deliberately, that Kimberly, we are reading all different perspectives and aspects on manifestation. And there are even people out there who are heavily scientifically minded, but are in the agreement of who we are, and that the possibilities of what we can manifest is completely limitless. So what I found interesting, as I was saying earlier, is how that comment came in. Again, I read my comments. I read all my comments. I just don't always have the time to write back. And I didn't have time to write you back. And so I guess that's what I'm doing here. But I found it interesting that I read that comment right before the exclusive lives membership meeting happened last night. And in that group, we had a lovely Hbic who's manifesting some things of her own, shared with us all that one of her amazing friends, okay, has had the pleasure of most recently manifesting her celebrity SP. Yes, she did. And guess what happened? At her employment, which we will keep privately unless our Hbic says I can share it to the world. And I didn't ask her last night, so I'm keeping it minimal. At her employment, that one specific celebrity not only came there, but they intermingled, had a conversation, and what she thought was the end of that, if it wasn't the next day or very soon after, this celebrity showed up again and told this wonderful person, I can't get you off my mind. I've been thinking about you ever since, blah, blah, blah. And they've been together ever since. Celebrities are just people. And we are not bound by space and time. And I know you think we are because we're conditioned to believe we are. But it sincerely doesn't matter. I have said this in I don't even know how many videos, nearly all. Your person could be living in Antarctica and you could be hanging out in New York with me and it wouldn't matter. It would not matter. Where your person is located has no bearing on your manifestation unless you have the limited belief that it does. And you see that comment about you're just realistic. Yeah, that was the same limited mindset I had when I first found manifestation. And listen, let's just be honest. Being realistic is no different than following everything we're conditioned with in the 3D. By being realistic, you are giving more power to the 3D world around you. And I bet you're manifesting something, and I bet you can get frustrated that maybe you're not seeing movement. And your realistic viewpoint could be something that's holding you back. And Me saying that is not just to that commenter. I'm saying it to anybody watching this video. If you're still thinking like a sheep, no offense, but if you're still thinking like that, be realistic on what you can manifest. You are choosing to continue, in a sense, to be a muggle and live your life limited. I understand we have to function in our 3D, right? We're having the human experience in the 3D. I understand that. And I also understand that it's not always easy to remember that you're pure unadulterated consciousness. It is very easy to get entangled or entranced in the 3D again. But this is why the idea is to stay alert, to remind yourself of who you are as consciousness, let alone what version of self you're choosing. But also, as another, I don't think, coincidence, the book we're currently studying, deep diving in the Advanced Manifestors group, is touching on this mindset, this conditioning, as I like to call it. So I'm going to read you something real quick. Principle number 4 from Reality Transurfing in 78 Days. That's the smaller book. Principle. In order to achieve real success, you have to stop following widely accepted stereotypes and walk your own path. Anyone who pulls out of the general system creates a new measure of success. Pendulums cannot bear individuality. They spot a rising star and have no choice but to make of them a favorite. Once a new rule has been established, the ranks make a U-turn and start following the rising star. In order to establish your own rules, you have to be yourself. You can do it. You simply have to claim the privilege. Only you can decide what privileges you may or may not enjoy. People spend their entire lives being told they are far from perfect and that success, wealth, and fame are the inheritance of the elite. Pendulums do not deny that anyone can succeed, but they do carefully hide the fact that everyone has their own unique qualities and abilities. For the pendulums, individuality is like death itself. If all its adherents were to become free individuals shaking off the strings of control, the pendulum would simply fall apart. Stars are born independently, but the pendulums light them up. The role model, the standard of success, is created intentionally to drive the aspirations of the mass in one direction. In other words, the pendulum's task is to drive everyone into a single rank and force them to obey a common rule. Being realistic, limiting yourself. You will achieve nothing until you realize that you have to step out of the rank and file, being a sheep. There is no point in playing someone else's game when you are not the one making up the rules. Whatever you do, always initiate your own game. This is the secret of success. That was Vadim Zeland. And I don't know what they're called, but you know, the people that come and do the lawn, they're here. So it's going to get really annoying. So I'm going to try to end this video now. You want to manifest a celebrity? Stop calling them a celebrity. Start looking at them as just a regular SP, because that's really all they are. And you put the focus on you being the you that's in that loving, fulfilling, committed relationship. From there, stop judging your 3D. You start giving everything you're experiencing the meaning that it's leading you to it. And you will see, just like the example I gave you from our own exclusive lives group last night, that, yeah, it is possible for the celebrity you're after to just walk in your life. Let me close the door. I can't edit it out. That's how you manifest a celebrity. You erase that celebrity title. You stop seeing them as being so inherently different or better or above you, or worse yet, too far away. Because maybe you live here in New York with me and they live in Los Angeles. It sincerely doesn't matter. It doesn't. And if you're out there thinking that you can only have certain things, you can only manifest things that are realistic, I really, really encourage you to start reading anything by Neville Goddard or even Vadim Zealand, so that you too can change that very realistic but heavily limiting mindset. It is not going to be your friend on a manifestation journey. This is why I also talk about detachment, not believing every single thing your senses are telling you, because your senses can only help you navigate to a very limited view of your reality. On that note, I'm going to go because it's only going to get louder. I love you all. Thank you all for being here. And manifesting a celebrity is no different than manifesting any other person. I cannot say that enough. Ask yourself, what do you believe is possible for you in a loving relationship? What do you think can really happen for you? Do you think it's possible that your SP could choose you? And if you don't believe those things, that's who you're going to focus on being. The version of you that can be chosen. The version of you that does know he or she is more than enough. And that you are really limitless and can manifest anyone or anything you want. And sticking to your comment about how people listen to these coaches. Well, I'm one of those coaches, and people wanting to manifest whatever they want and listening to me and believing it's possible. Their only disappointment comes from logically, literally, realistically judging their 3D and not standing in conviction of who they want to be, because there really are no limits, period. So on that note, I will very happily see you tomorrow.